So this is Zeus. He is my 12-month-old German Shepherd puppy. You can see he's gotten very large. This has always been his kind of favorite spot to lay. And when he was younger, it didn't bother me. But now he's so big that he takes up most of our couch. So I get a lot of comments about German Shepherd barking and protection and all those kind of questions around a German Shepherd, because I think that the media really portrays German Shepherds as being aggressive towards other people. And so I thought I would kind of explain what we've done with Zeus and then kind of how he behaves in different situations. So the first situation is at home, and this actually just came up this morning. So we have a yard guy, he comes and does our yard, and Zeus will stand at our back door back here and he will look at him, and he kind of does a couple mini barks, and then I tell him to leave it, and he'll come over to me and kind of throw a fit because I told him to leave it, and so he's not happy about it. But he just leaves it. He alerted me. I told him, okay, you're good, leave it, and he does. And so in that scenario, he does really well, but we've taught him that. The second scenario is if somebody is dropping something off at the front door. So for some reason, every time we get something delivered, they're on their phone. So they're talking, so he hears their voice. And so he will go into full fledged mode. I showed you guys, I think just a couple of days, how his hair stands up on the back. And somebody commented that is actually because they want to look bigger for their enemy, and I had no idea that was a thing, so it was actually really cool to find out. But so yeah, he will go towards the front door in attack mode for sure. We've also had a couple scenarios where people have been in our backyard at nighttime, and he will go full-fledged at the door, and he'll come over to our window and he will just go absolutely nuts. Hi, Tut Tut. Absolutely nuts, alerting them, hey, you need to go. So in those scenarios, he's very protective of his household. So if we are out in public, people ask me, how does he act in public if people come up to him? And hi, buddy, you tired? And we went to Seaside a couple weeks ago, and I showed you guys a couple of videos of us standing on the sidewalk, and that's pretty much how he behaves. So because we've taken him everywhere, he doesn't see people as a threat. So as we sit there, he'll just sit by my feet, and he just sits there, and people come up and ask to pet him, and he always allows it, and I always say yes, because I think it's a good thing for him to learn. I know that a lot of people don't allow people to pet their dogs, but for me personally, I think because I live in such a neighborhood where there's lots of families, there's lots of children, I want him to be comfortable in that situation. And so I always let people pet him. I do not let people get in his face at all. I always tell people, if you want to pet him, pet his back or behind his neck, but don't pet his face, don't get in his face. Just because, look at him. He's a big boy. And look at those teeth. You can see there's my nail. There's his teeth, and he has them all the way back there. Oh, there's your tongue. There's your tongue. There's your tongue. Even if he were to lick somebody, he could accidentally grab, look at his front teeth. He could accidentally just nick somebody just by that, and I wouldn't want that to ever happen, especially to children. So we do let people pet him, but obviously in a controlled scenario. And the third thing is, when does he actually get protective? And there actually have been a couple of circumstances where he has gone into, people call it protection, people call it, they have all kinds of names for it, but for us personally, I have only seen him a couple times get into a mode where he's weary of people. And we had one guy who recently, actually, it was me and my son, and he was definitely on drugs, definitely on something, and was acting very erratic, very crazy, loud voice, and Zeus did not like that. Zeus was not a fan, and so he herded my son back. That's generally his first thing he goes to, is he finds my son, and then he herds him back from whatever he doesn't like. And so in that scenario, he definitely growled. He didn't bark, but he definitely growled. He definitely let the guy know, like, hey, you need to back off. And I think the guy said something like, oh, it's a big dog. And it's like, yeah, it is a big dog. So I would back up. I've had a couple scenarios too where men have come up and said something, and they say, oh, is he friendly? No, he's not. No, he is not. And so, he definitely is a deterrent. Even though he looks awful sweet here, huh? Look awful sweet. He is a deterrent because of his size. And you can see his paws. Like, look at that paw. That's a big paw. That's a big paw. That's a very big paw, huh? Huh? You good boy? You good boy? Huh? So anyways, if you guys have any other questions, comment down below in regards to, you know, barking, anything like that. I get a lot of comments about barking, and that's just what we've done with Zeus and how he acts in certain situations. So comment down below if you have any questions and I will answer them.